What's going on? Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be talking about this bad boy, which is the Victorinox Pioneer Swiss Army knife. Now this is no ordinary Swiss Army knife. So this was the original design, from what I understand. It had the lovely A-lot scales, which are aluminium. The actual scales here, as you can see, make up the body. They're not the normal layered pressed stainless steel that you make up the actual structure of the knife. So it's a standard knife. It's much more heavy than the usual plastic kind. It's a 2-layer knife. It is super slim. It is really nicely finished. The actual blade thickness on the main actual blade here is thicker than something like a Spartan. Pretty simple, no toothpick, no tweezers, no corkscrew. I think, if I'm honest, this is probably my ultimate EDC Swiss Army knife. It's stunning. I've thrown a little simple lanyard here with a diamond knot. It makes it really easy to get out of the pocket. Some space here to engrave if you so wish. It's just lovely finished. It really is really well finished. It's going to be really robust. The feel is just solid. There's no movement, no creak. It just feels really good in the hand. It looks good. It's a bright colour, so when you're out in the forest, you're not going to lose it. The red ones do have a slight tendency to get lost. Even though it's bright red, the silver just pops if you just put it on the floor. So you've got, you see there, the main knife. Really nice Victorinox, Swiss made, lovely knife. It's UK legal, so it's under 3 inches on the cutting length here. Lots and lots of different reviews online about how good it is, but let's be honest, you're not using this as a survival knife. This is a very useful tool, okay? Something you're going to have in your pocket, in your bag. I take this everywhere I go. This is my go-to and it stays with me. I don't have any problems with walking around the UK with this. It's a pocket knife, a pen knife, so it's allowed. I know different places in the world you can carry different knives, but look, you can. If I had a suit on, I could quite happily have this in my pocket. It's not going to, you know, damage my pockets. If you pull this out to open a cardboard box, open a letter, cut some rope, it's not an offensive knife. Look at it. It's a friendly looking, awesome Swiss Army knife. Everybody respects Victorinox for their quality, their guarantee, the finish of it. It's just a beautiful knife. Love it. So what else have we got? Now we've got can opener, and I'm very happy to report, can you see the shine there? It's nice and sharp, so it works really well. And then just on the tip there, you've got your Phillips. And I don't know, I swear it just seems thicker. This blade, certainly the main blade, is definitely thicker than something like a Spartan, so that's for sure. So let's leave that one open. On the left here, you have got your bottle opener, guys, and also your flat screwdriver. Again, useful tool. It is set in the 90 degrees here, so you've got a little bit more leverage. That's a nice little hack when you're opening a screw that's a little bit tough. Put it in the 90 degree, crack it open. You can extend this if you're careful to get even more leverage. Goes all the way, and you can also use this here, this little sort of notch here, as a wire stripper. So when you just cut a small part of the wire, put the wire in there and you can use that. But again, really nicely finished, no rough edges, feels nice and strong and sturdy. Very beautiful knife. It really is. If you like Swiss Army knives, this is certainly a very good one. Okay, and on the other side, very lastly, the last tool per se is an awl. So it's just a sharpened point. It allows you to make holes in stuff. You lock it open. You see how sharp that is, razor sharp as well. Again, with some Leatherman, some other tools I've had, I've actually had to sharpen the point just to make them a bit more purposeful. But this thing is ready to go. This is ready to do that, you know, make small holes in wood. Useful stuff. Popping balloons to scare your children. Yeah, fantastic. Another thing I really wanted to show you guys, when you look inside a penknife, certainly a Swiss Army knife, you can sort of get an idea of the quality. Now, notice there, like I said, there's no liners. So this actual part of this aluminium scale here, the A-lock scale, you see how beautiful that is? It just speaks absolute leaps and bounds about the quality of this knife. The awl's just there. Let's just pop that open. It's very sharp. So there's no liners, so these scales here actually make up the structure. And you've got the rivet pins here, and you can see where they slot into the actual spring mechanism, which is just here. And you can see they're slightly raised when you've got some of the tools that are not actually in their sort of fully open position. It's just a really well balanced Swiss Army knife, but I think this is quite possibly the sort of perfect size for someone to have in their bag, in their ruck. Yes, it's just perfect. I think it's perfect. I think they've nailed it here with the amount of tools that's on here. I think a corkscrew would possibly spoil this. It's so sleek. It's not going to tear anything. It's not going to scare anybody. You pull this out, you're not going to scare your grandmother, are you? You're really not. So let me bring out the Spartan, which is another Swiss Army knife I've had for a really long time. It's in a lot of use. It's travelled with me all over the world, and I'm retiring that for this. And let's pop out the main blade on this one. This one also ever so slightly, I think it's the design, but it's just ever so slightly proud. So at night you could feel that. Nothing here, it's pretty flat. You can feel it, so you could probably get that out at night if you needed to. It's a lot thicker here. Can you see that? Now to the naked eye, this is just a little bit thicker. It's a very, very similar, let me match that up exact. So the blade is, I think this one's ever so slightly longer. I mean, we're talking millimeters, but it's also ever so slightly thicker by millimeters, which means this edge here, as it sort of tapers down into the actual cutting area, is ever so slightly broader. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do some wood batoning with this. There is a trick that I saw that you can put the knife like this and then baton straight on here, gently, not putting the force through the joint of the knife, actually putting it through the blade. But you're only really going to do that in an emergency, or if you're splitting something really small. It's just not worth making the spring action on this damage just to do that. You're better off just buying something cheap, fixed blade. So that's an interesting point about that. Let's have a very quick look also at the flat and the thickness. Let's pop that there. So this also has the same function, and let's have a look. I think it's the same. I want to say it's the same. Very, very similar, but there's a little bit more of an angle here on this on the Pioneer. Can you see that? Slight design change. And I actually think this is a bit broader. Can you see that? So they're similar sort of size. This, I think, is a little bit broader and a little bit deeper here. I believe this is ever so slightly thicker again. So it might be the case that this shares some of its tools with a slightly more heavier duty knife. This is definitely, yeah, it's definitely thicker. Not by much. But you know, if it's 1mm thicker or 0.5 on each side, it's just going to make the tool a little bit more robust. Let's have a little look at it side by side. Yeah, you can see that's quite obvious. Can you see the belly of this one here compared to this one? It's a lot broader. So the actual tip of the screwdriver is the same, but it's just a little bit more beefy, which seems to be the case when we look at these knives. This Pioneer just seems to be like the more robust option. So I've had this a long time. I really love this knife. If I lost this particular Swiss Army knife, this is not an expensive knife, but I would be really sad. So this is one of the reasons why it stays at home and it stays in the office, because I love it. It's got a lot of good memories with this knife. It's been with me to some very cool places, and it's got me out of a couple of jams, and I appreciate the knife for that. But this one I think is more beefy. It's a lot heavier, a lot more solid, and it's just gorgeous. It is a gorgeous knife. So if you got to this far in the video and you're thinking like me, this is a beautiful knife, I'm actually doing a giveaway. So if you look to my bio, it links to my Instagram page, but I'll put that in the comments for you. And if you head over to my Instagram page, you'll see a post about this knife with some pictures. So to enter the giveaway, and it's a 1K giveaway, so it's quite simple. You need to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also you need to follow my my Instagram channel. So it's as simple as that. And basically, when both channels hit 1K, I'm going to be giving this knife away. But I'm pretty much going to send out one lucky person this very beautiful knife, without a lanyard, brand new one, not used. And yeah, so if you, and that's really just to say thank you to all the followers, the subscribers, the new subscribers, and the people watching the channel. I just want to give back something really nice, not stickers, not anything else, something that you can keep that's really useful, something that I've got and I use, and I just love it. I love Swiss Army knives. I really like this. I didn't think I was going to like it. It's my first Alox, and it's certainly not going to be my last, but this silver is really nice. It's a really chic, you could almost call it the gentleman's Swiss Army knife, but you know, Swiss Army knives are pretty universal. So it's just a very beautiful, nice sling on a really nice lanyard, simple diamond knot, pop it in your pocket, put it in your bag, forget about it, it's your friend, and it's going to get you out of a jam if you need to. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps you. This is my new go-to. This has been retired, still a great knife, nothing wrong with it, but this is the big beefy daddy, and it's here to stay, and hopefully you guys will be able to join me. Head over to Instagram, come and join the competition, follow and like and subscribe, and you might be in a chance to win it. So good luck and take care. See you on the next one.